Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Otaku World Order's third podcast. Today we have Garrett,
What's up, everybody? This is Retired My signing in.
Kaneki,
Urabe is mine, fool.
Steven,
I'm so ashamed.
and today we are missing Kevin today, but he'll be back for the next one, so do not worry.
If you're a fan of Kevin.
Yeah, no one's a fan of Kevin.
Oh.
Oh.
And then Kevin sees this and hates us all.
He already does, so it's okay.
Perfect.
But some quick news: our very first video has 72 views, which is great. Thank you.
Cool, yeah.
Other than that, nothing really new has happened. I did have some internet issues, so I don't know when this video and the next one are going to be up. So by the time you see this, either the other one will be up or this one will be up first. So it might be out of order, but don't worry about it. I'll get it all set. So they'll be uploaded in the same day, probably. But other than that, we can start with our very first new segment of the day. For all you PS3, PS4 people, as you guys know, The Last Guardian was announced in around, 2009, I believe, or something like that? It was announced a while ago. 8? No, it was 2009. And, the trademark has been abandoned. Sony Computer Entertainment America trademark for The Last Guardian has been abandoned according to its status page on the United States Patent and Trademark Office. The abandonment occurred because no statement of use or extension request was filled after a notice of allowance was issued. As a result, the trademark was abandoned today. GameSpot has reached out to Sony for a comment and provided an update when one has been received. The most recent news surrounding The Last Guardian was revealed December of last year when director Fudema Udaya said in an interview that the game is moving forward under completely new conditions. It is possible Udaya was referring to the game transferring from PS3 to PS4. Last Guardian was initially announced back in 2009 as a PS3 title, though Sony has dodged questions about platforms ever since. So there's probably one or two options for this game. Either it's completely scrapped and they're done with it, or they might be moving it to a new name for the PS4. What do you guys think?
They might be done with it. I mean, if they're gonna abandon it.
Right.
Well, yeah, it sounds like they're just done with it.
Yeah, they just.
I don't know why.
I literally read on this like 10 minutes before we actually started this podcast. I feel like they did scrap it because it didn't take too long for them to go from Ico to Shadow of the Colossus. I don't think there should have been like a whole 6 to 7 year gap to make this. I mean, yeah, with PS3 coming out and then PS4 coming out so quickly after, I mean, I feel like they still should have been able to produce it for 3 before 4 even started.
Well, it's 2009, so they still had how many more? 2010, 11, 12, 13, 5 more years till the PS4 came out. So 4 more years till the PS4 came out. So they were plenty of time.
Yeah. So
maybe it's just like a huge hoax. Like they're just doing it to kind of ramp up attention.
No, actually, in that news article, they actually showed the patent office actual reports of it being scrapped.
Oh,
really?
Yes.
Yeah, the name for The Last Guardian is now open. Like, people can use it for...
Maybe they weren't planning on using the that name. Like, they might be switching it up, and they just decided to be like, yeah, we'll just let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, the article was saying about, how, they think with them, trying to change it for, the newer consoles or whatever, that along with the changes they had to make, that it also, should reflect how the name is now. It's different somehow, so that's why they decided to scrap that name, and they're trying to maybe put it under a different one, but I still don't buy it.
Yeah, it sounds like they're done.
Yeah, pretty much I think we can all agree. Either they're done or they're changing the title, which I doubt, so.
Shadow of the Colossus HD remake for PS4, woo woo? No? Oh.
Yeah, no. I don't see any, I think the remake stuff's done for a little while.
Damn it.
Yeah.
But our next news story, which we've been meaning to get to for the past 2 podcasts,
yes.
You're welcome.
My bad. But here we go. This is school officials investigate Kentucky student over Death Note list.
Oh boy, my favorite topic.
No.
I will read some of this. It's a really long article. Since I'm not going to read it all, I will probably link it in the description if I forget. So if you want to read it, tell me in the comments and I'll link it to you. But a student at Shelby Community East Middle School in Kentucky was under investigation by school officials after a list labeled Death Note and containing student and faculty names was found. Good typo. Last month. Officials do not believe anyone listed in this is in danger, and they also believe the list was inspired by Death Note anime. Shocker. Razor, a parent of the student, indicated on the list said for anybody to put their name on the death note or which they were dead or anything like that, it just blew my mind away. Skip, but the principal. Pretty much the principal is gonna get perform a mental health assessment. We did ask
Okay.
that would want to hurt or has anyone treated you. He did not. He did have some concern with a few names. It really concerned us. Superintendent James Nealoff said officials did not elaborate on what, if any, disciplinary action will be taken. Staff are considering moving this list of students out of shelter or shared classes with the right. I'll read this last little part here and then we can talk about it. In the Death Note suspense manga, live action films, adaptations, we already know about this. It's pretty much they're talking about how if you write the name of the Death Note, they got it.
Right. I think also further down in the article it talks about some other cases where that happened. I think the youngest I think went from like 6th grade up to a senior in high school.
Anyways, a 5th grade boy at Stewart Elementary in Pittsburgh allegedly posted a death note in his elementary school this past week. Police are investigating that case, and faculty notified the families of the student listed in the note. The boy was suspended from school. There have been at least 7 previous incidents in the United States where schools officials linked death note to students being disciplined.
Hang on, David. I just want to say a little comment here. They actually notified the parents of the students that were in the notebook.
Yes.
Like, can you imagine getting that phone call from like the principal or whatever? Hello, like your son or daughter, like their name was written in a notebook. You know what I mean? Like, what would you do as a parent? Like, if you got a phone call saying like, "Hey, your son or daughter's name was found in a notebook." Okay. Is there a, like?
Is there a problem?
I just want to point out that that was all I'm going to read, but I point out that
actually. There is some. Sorry to interrupt you. There is something to read at the end.
Oh.
Apparently, New Mexico is trying to ban the manga Death Note.
Oh.
Here we go.
What about the anime?
I don't know about that.
Voters in New York called for a ban on the manga in Albuquerque public schools in 2010, but a committee voted unanimously against the ban.
Well, yeah, of course, because it's stupid. This almost goes along the lines with the freaking video games and stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's the same, like, moms against everything groups.
Well,
stupid moms that watch this video.
Hey,
listen.
there was a news, though, that they blamed Soul Eater just because a house was burned. I mean, this kid burned a house down.
When did they ever burn a house down, Soul Eater?
Well,
did that ever happen?
Was it Soul Eater or was it Fairy Tail?
It was either or, but they blamed both anyway.
Yeah. But we will probably talk about that if I could find the article. Probably talk about another podcast.
Yeah, that'll be another podcast.
But the thing is, anybody that's ever watched Death Note or is a big fan of Death Note, they've done that. Like, you can even buy the Death Note notebooks at stores. They're very popular.
I mean, yeah, David, like, me and you saw, like, how many people do we know that we saw that each person had, like, a Death Note? Like, plenty of people.
David has, like, 40.
Right.
Etched Death Note into a notebook and wrote all the rules on and left it on a table for people to find.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was a really, like, crummy, really bad copy that he made.
Well, still, like, I'm just saying, like, writing people's name down in the Death Note is not that big of a deal. It's not real, so.
Right.
I mean, it kind of depends on, like, of course, like, what the kid is. Like, if the kid, like, watched it, then I guess, like, yeah, you can blame it on that. But, like, if he's never seen it and he actually wrote Death Note on top of it, and with, like, no correlation, then it's kind of a different story.
That's a really good point, Garrett.
Because I mean, look at all because, like, even big, like, massacres of schools or whatever, even, like, the people had, like, notebooks and journals and stuff of, like, what they were going to do and stuff. And they had, like, people that I wanted to kill or whatever. Yeah, so they had these before. But if, like, the kid has, like, no history of, like, a mental problem or is an anime watcher and likes watching Death Note, then it's totally reasonable for him to make this note out of a joke, maybe even with friends, and that he should, like, it should be investigated to see if he had any medical things and if he's even, like, seen the animes at all.
It was all Gary Field said. Like, first, it said that he did have some concerns with the students, like they were bullying him and such, so that may have been correlation. And also, they did say it is probably linked with Death Note, so I'm guessing they know he's an anime watcher or reads manga, so they probably know that. And also, if there was any history of mental illness, they would have said so. So I don't think he has any, because they wouldn't give him value for mental illness if he'd already been confirmed with a mental illness. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, but when I was reading that too, right when it said like the part where let me pull it up here. It says like he was like bullied or whatever. Like they knew that he was being bullied, and yet like it really seems to me that they didn't really care about it until this kid wrote the death note.
That's how most schools are.
Yeah, like if you notice though, they're like, oh yeah, this kid was getting bullied, and then they were like, it's okay, and then they're like, oh, he wrote this kid's name down and then this notebook entitled Death Note. We should probably do something about this. We're gonna put the kid who wrote the names in a separate thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Separate school program.
Welcome to America's school system.
Pretty much. But I don't think it's that big. I don't think it was newsworthy. Like, it's not like he went around like threatening students or anything like that. He just wrote it in a notebook. He didn't do anything more.
He might have done this for fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did, just to like goof around and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how could that be a newsworthy story.
Like, fantasizing with people you don't like dying is not as bad as people make it out to be. You know what I mean?
I know someone that does it.
Saying it out loud definitely sounds a little bit different than saying that inside. But
you don't actually want them to die. It's just like your imagination running wild. That's all it really is.
Yeah.
Don't hug me, I'm scared floods in my mind instantly.
Well, we will talk more about that topic when more reports come in. If there's any more info, we will talk about on our podcast, the next one.
In the future.
But the next one we have, in case you guys didn't know, it's going to be a little bit more video game oriented than anime oriented. But this one is making Star Wars leaked Star Wars Battlefront possible info, possible spoilers. These are not 100% confirmed, but they are from a legitimate source. So take it with a grain of salt, but they are probably real.
Yeah, we're gonna have to link that one because that page is huge. It has so much stuff on it.
I will talk interesting notes. Like, I'll read some and then let you guys talk and then try to find more. First one is here's the start. Here is a huge Star Wars Battlefront list of rumors I received last week. This contains a lot of information on the game and how it will interface with Star Wars: The Force Awakens, not to mention the game itself. It'll span over pretty much the entire Star Wars saga. Star Wars Battlefront will feature segments in which you play as both the good guys, the Old Republic, Rebellion, and the Republic, and the bad guys, the Separatists and the Empire. It was specifically stated that there will be a small portion of prequel trilogy content. You will participate in a couple of battles from Star Wars: The Clone Wars and the space battle of Coruscant from the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. The majority of the campaign will take place during the original trilogy era. All the battles and settings that you would expect to be there will be playable. It was said that the campaign itself will be pretty long compared to other first-person shooters. There will be some segments of the campaign which take place between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. There won't be a lot because, in their words, Lucasfilm still had a plan for that era.
So that sounds like a fucking repeat of what we've seen already in Star Wars.
Yeah, Battlefront 2, you mean?
Yeah.
It does, no, Battlefront 2 is, it does. There's a lot of older ones too, yeah, you're right. Because there's not really much to show off anymore. Like, everybody's
sounds like a remake to me.
Well, I think what they're doing is, sorry to cut you off there, David, but I think they, like, a lot of the things in the first-person shooters now, it's pretty much the same basis. Right. I mean, like, call it, like, Advanced Warfare. Just tried something new with, like, the exosuits and jumping higher, and that got a lot of mixed things.
Well, it's already been done.
So, well, yeah, that too. True. But I'm just saying that, like, they're trying to stick to, like, what they know, but then they're also trying to, like, incorporate a few new things, so it's not, like, not, just a repeat, like you're saying.
Yeah. Some other interesting, the scale of multiplayer is going to be absolutely massive with 64 players participating on each side.
Shit.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Actually, for total. See update at bottom. I should have read that fully. So it'll be 32, just like Battlefield. So I'm guessing PS4, Xbox One, and PC will be the systems.
Right.
They may do a downgrade like they're doing for Hardline, where it's 13 or 12 on each side, which isn't bad. Mm-hmm. I guess it depends on map size. If 32 will be a lot, because you played the old Star Wars Battlefront. If you have what was that? I think it was 12 too. 12 on 12 was a little small in my opinion. So like 32 on 32 with those maps would have been perfect.
Yeah. Right.
Such a great game.
Such a great game. I still play that game.
With the first coming out at the end of 2015, each pack will be themed. The first two of the three being exclusively based around content from The Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you guys ever played that game, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds like they got what they want to do kind of like planned out.
Yeah.
Wait, what game?
Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Oh, I don't think I ever played it. I think I only played The Force Unleashed.
Yeah, I played that one too.
Those are pretty good games as well.
Yeah.
So there will be ship battles back. So that's good. People like that.
Yeah, the space was really cool. That like blew my mind when that came out.
Let's see. Let me try. There will be a hero system in place where as you play, you accumulate points that you can eventually cash in to play as a hero character. These characters are extremely powerful and have abilities that are not available to normal characters that you play for most of the matches. The normal system is constantly in flux. That as it is right now, pretty much everyone will have a chance to play as a hero at least once per match. Now, I hope it's not just like you get like some special stormtrooper. Hope you get to be like Jedi's and stuff like that, because those are always really fun in Star Wars Battlefront 2 and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be able to? Does it say anything about customizing your own character?
No.
That'd be pretty cool.
The last one that was in where they had some character customization was for the PSP. I still have it. It's Star Wars like Renegade Squadron. That one is really underrated for a Star Wars game.
I love that game.
You can like customize your own like loadouts and stuff like that. Have whatever guns you want.
Oh
it's like
yeah.
You a Star Wars.
I still have that game, Renegade Squad.
It's really fun. When I get a PSP, I'll probably get a bunch more. You guys any other notes on Star Wars Battlefront? You guys excited for that game?
I'm extremely excited.
I hope it comes out.
Well, it's coming out. They said for sure, so we'll probably see it at E3.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Along with Fallout 4.
Hopefully. Here, you have any comments on that?
Oh, I said I'm excited for it.
Okay. So, our next topic, if you are planning on buying the Order or anything like that, there won't be spoilers or anything, but I recommend don't watch it, listen to this part, because we will be talking about it. But the Order 1886 leaks to YouTube in full. Playthrough is 5 hours long.
Ooh.
5 hours? Why?
A full
How could they leak that?
Order 1886 has leaked ahead of the game's official release this week and clocks in at 5 hours. YouTuber Play Me Through has uploaded a complete playthrough of the Order 1886 to their YouTube channel. The footage totals roughly 5 hours of playtime, including both gameplay and cutscenes. The time devoted to cutscenes appears to be roughly half of the playtime, and cutscenes are reported to be unskippable. The leak has arrived shortly after rumors circulated that the game was only 3 hours, and after Ready at Dawn founder CTO Andrea Penso, I think it's pronounced, I'm not sure, reported to a query that the game was less than 5 hours long by saying that was not true. Peseno, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, later tweeted that he would no longer comment on such questions. The tweet said, "No, I am done commenting on clickbait rumors about the game's length. Downgrade, idiocy, and such nonsense. Don't bother asking." Now, if he is lying about this, I'm not saying he is.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
I'm getting some massive feedback.
It's only on your part. I don't get any.
No, it's on you, dude.
Oh, okay, my bad. I was hearing it was a bunch of rustling and stuff.
Oh. No, I'm saying Dave.
What? Well, anyways, if it is 5 hours long and he's gonna sell it for $60, I think that people should not buy this game because I think everybody's getting pretty tired of these 5-hour games that sell for $60. Nobody wants to buy those.
Yeah, I know. I get really annoyed when I go out and buy a game, and then I usually try to play it the first day that I get it.
Right.
And I get really frustrated when I beat a game the first day I have it.
That is really annoying. A good example of a game doing it the right way was Naruto Revolution. I think the game was $49.99 because they knew it wasn't a full game. It was just part of the game, which is pretty much for fighting online and stuff. So you should really adjust your price to how many hours it is. You want it to be I think someone said you want it to be cost $1 per hour more than a movie would cost, or better than a movie, So you want a lot of entertainment for $60. Obviously you're not gonna have every game gonna be 60 hours, but I think every game should be at least, if you're gonna be $60, at least 10 to 15 hours at least.
Right.
So we have something to play. It's just replayability. If I play through 3 hours of gameplay and 2 hours of cutscene, I'm not gonna play through that again. Especially the cutscenes are unskippable. It's not even worth it.
That's the worst when you can't skip the cutscenes.
Yeah. I heard in Storm 4 that they're gonna do the story from when he was a kid to right now.
Well, they probably will add that, but they're gonna start back where they started ending Storm 3, which was right at the very kind of the beginning of the Fourth War, and they're gonna go all the way to the end.
Yeah, but I don't think so because I'm hearing they're saying it's not like that. They're gonna go back when he was a kid.
Well, that would
Like-
make sense because no, they can't because they had the
That's what people are telling me.
Madara versus the first Hokage fight
Yeah.
where they have like Nine Tails in the
I know.
Susanoo. So, and they also have Naruto.
Interesting.
They have Naruto, the last characters in there. So I don't know. We'll see when it comes out. But like I was saying, like if there is a full playthrough of it and it only totals 5 hours, what does he say against that? I want to know what his argument is against that. If there's already a full playthrough out about it, like you can't really go against a full playthrough that's already been out. So I don't know. I didn't plan on buying the game anyway, so I'm not a big fan of first person, like or not like third person shooters like that and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, these past blockbuster games have been kind of bad, like Watch Dogs and stuff like that. I'm not interested in them anymore.
Yeah, Watch Dogs is pretty bad.
I know
The hype on that game
garbage.
was so like everyone was like, "Oh, it's gonna be like the best game ever. It's gonna be like GTA, and then you can like hack stuff, and it's gonna be crazy."
Nope. That's not what happened.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And like Destiny, that game had the most overhype. From
Oh,
I love Destiny though.
Yeah, but you're not a gamer. I'm just kidding. What
Excuse me.
It's what is it, like clocking like a 5 hours in the story mode?
Well, let's see. Well, it all depends, on how much you play and
It's
if you're
probably
good
more
at all.
than that.
No, people say like people have been officially in like a 2, 3, 4 hours like that.
Well, what a lot of people did, they saw it as a game. I forget the like MMO type deal for consoles. So they're like, so everyone who heard that were like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get this for, whatever system. And then they got their 4 or 5 friends that were playing their MMOs with them.
Yeah.
And they all got on that. And I'll tell you what, like if you like soloing that game, it will take you longer. But if you have, a group of like five of your friends and you're all about the same level, you can burn through pretty much anything in that game.
Well, I have seen playthroughs of people playing it by themselves and doing it like in like 5.5 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
There's not a lot of missions. I think,
but then it wasn't complete though. That's another thing. When it first came out, like the campaign wasn't complete. It was the other 2 add-ons.
We shouldn't have to pay for add-ons for a story that should have been complete when it came out for yourself.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like
I do agree with that.
Oh, and what I found the worst is fucking if you don't do anything in the fucking in the team chat, whatever. Like let's say a mission is complete and you didn't do anything, you get like the most powerful legendary weapons.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
They did like that thing like I forgot what the mode called, but it's pretty much deathmatch. And like people went like
Crucible.
What?
Yeah.
It's called Crucible, the multiplayer.
Oh, that's okay, yeah. And they went like 0-12, and they got like a legendary armor or a legendary weapon. People
that happened to me the first time I played it. I got like top of my team. I got nothing, and then the bottom guy got like an exotic weapon. I was really mad.
And they have these like they have a really bad like grinding thing where you have to keep killing the same enemies over and over, and if you do like big boss battles, you get nothing for it. Like, that's really bad design.
Yeah.
Garbage.
There are any blockbuster games you play that you don't like? You can just watch a playthrough of it or anything.
I don't watch a let's play of everything.
So there's no blockbuster games that you played or watched in recent months or anything like that?
I mean, oh god, the biggest blockbuster game that I played probably recently, I mean, would probably be Advanced Warfare, but I mean, it's too, I don't know, I feel like they're going way out of hand with it at this point.
I agree.
Like, I was content with it, with like Black Ops 2 and everything, but this game gets a lot more hype than it really deserves.
Right.
Definitely.
I mean,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure a lot of people can agree with that, but don't get me wrong, like, the multiplayer is good for a first-person shooter. That's why it's so good. That's why it's sold so many units.
I still think Battlefield is a much better field.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel like if you want
yes.
a more realistic first-person shooter, definitely take Battlefield. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But, like,
entirely.
The thing
I
is,
just love to be able to like shoot a grenade and blow up part of a building. Like I just love that.
And you can't do that in Call of Duty.
I think the best thing about Battlefield is when you play like Conquest on a huge map, getting a kill is more satisfying. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love sniping too.
Yeah.
That's all I do in those games.
And
Get like those
Hearthstone
1,000 meters.
Oh, and unlike Call of Duty, you get on the helicopters and blow shit up.
I hate kill streaks on Call of Duty. I hate kill streaks.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like I think Battlefield Hardline has a cool thing where like you get like after you get a certain amount of points, like a point streak like Call of Duty I think had, you could choose between like two different things. Like one was like an extra grenade or a flak jacket for explosives, and then you get like different
match or whatever.
Yeah, like you would choose two different options. You could pick one, so it's pretty cool. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty. That probably never will be, but that's just my opinion. I'm not saying the
Got
game's
me neither.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my my PS4 game sitting here right by me right now.
Yeah.
And let's see. I don't have many games. I'm just gonna name off the games that I do have.
Okay.
I have Assassin's Creed Unity.
Not bad. Not bad.
Well, we can talk about that one in a second. Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition.
Oh,
Nice.
Dying Light.
ooh,
Advanced Warfare, Far Cry 4, and Grand Theft Auto 5.
Ooh, yes.
Now, Assassin's Creed Unity, when I first started playing it, I absolutely loved this game.
Right.
And then, like, when a lot of people started playing, there was a lot of like glitches and stuff that people were facing.
I saw those.
Yeah, I actually didn't get caught up in any of them, except my progress did get reset once.
Mm-hmm.
So that was only it, but there wasn't many problems. And then I just played it again today,
Right.
and I don't know what it was, but it seemed really glitchy to me, and there was like a lot of like handling problems, and I was just really annoyed with it because I mean it's been out for a while, so and there'd been a lot of updates, so I thought it'd be fixed, but it wasn't.
No. They said they're not planning to fix the glitch.
Now I have a problem with that. If your game's broken, then you need to fix it.
True.
They're
Well,
not gonna fix it.
I wish you're back in the days where people released games that when you got the game, there was no updating. The game had to be finished, or you can.
And I'm surprised they even admit they're not gonna fix it, but yet give you a free DLC or something like that. Who wants that?
2014, the year of incomplete games.
Yeah, and it's still incomplete.
I think the whole patching and like online stuff has made developers a little bit more lazy than they should be. Because when you got like PS2 games, if that game wasn't finished, you got your money back and you didn't play that game. You got canned. Like you had to have a finished game for it to sell well. It had to be complete, had to be great, and stuff like that.
I wouldn't even spend it until it's either complete or it's actually a good game.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess we can move on to the next part. It'll be our favorite video game genre and our favorite game in that genre. Garrett, would you like to start?
Oh, who gets to start?
Garrett.
what was
Garrett.
it? Sorry.
Favorite video game genre and our favorite video game in that genre.
Oh, favorite genre. Oh, it's kind of a tie. It's kind of a tie between first person and RPG. It's a tie, but definitely with first person, it would probably have to be, oh god, what was the game called? Oh, I loved, my favorite first person shooter when it came out was World at War.
Oh yes. Yeah. World at War Zombies is the best. So do I.
series.
Well, we do that the regular, more of a JRPG than anything else. Fantasy. JRPGs.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, we know. You get confused by the categories. But, Kaneki, what about you?
Oh, it's my turn now?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. My favorite genre of the game is fighting.
Ooh,
nice. And
That's
my
different.
favorite game that actually got me into it is the first Marvel vs. Capcom game, arcade game.
I am terrible. A 3-year-old could beat me at those games. I have no clue for the game.
Well, yeah, I was into that game. Well, basically now I'm into any fighting game that as long as it's not fucking Marvel vs. Capcom 3 because I'm bad at that fucking game, real bad.
Sure.
What about him? I don't know.
Anyways.
Just a button smasher when it comes to those. I can't remember all the combos.
And whenever I play Marvel vs. Capcom 3 online, I fucking get spammed or get cheated for no reason.
Well, I think the cool thing about fighting games now, like Injustice had a really cool idea where you could put the combos on screen.
I love that.
And Persona 4 Arena has, I think the Ultimate one has too. I haven't played that one yet. Has like the challenge mode where you can practice different combos for each character. So
that's cool.
I think more fighting games should do that for people that have never played the game because that'll get them more sales. Like, hey, we have this training mode, we can learn combos, how to play the game, and you can practice as much as you want, and it's fun. Practice.
Right.
It's a challenge, to do all the combos and stuff. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, you're working on time. You get to work on timing, like how they teach you how like controls work and how everything works in the game and stuff like that. I think fighting games to have that. They want to get a broader audience.
Like, if there was a purpose for me to buy Xbox One, sorry to cut you off, is Killer Instinct, because I played the N64 version. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. Hell yeah.
I was about to take it back when it's my turn. We'll see here.
Oh, you go next.
Okay, cool. I'm taking it back a little bit to my favorite type of game is the RPG.
Right.
But what got me into that was it was at a bowling alley. It was one of those giant arcade machines, It was Gauntlet Legends. Yeah. Anyone remember that game?
No. You're alone.
Like, David, you got to look that game up. I believe they have it on the PS2 now. I think there's a PS2 copy.
Probably.
But I was really happy when some of my friends introduced me to Diablo 3 because the stories aren't really similar, but like the controls and everything are very similar because they're both like dungeon crawler games.
Right.
And so I definitely just kind of enjoy these because you can like basically fully customize your characters and you get to learn like cool moves and not just like spend hours in dungeons and collect some like rare like loot and stuff.
All right, I guess I can go next. I haven't been like in the genre of any video games since I was like 13, 14 until I got the Xbox 360. My favorite is the RPG. The first real RPG I played was probably Dragon Age Origins, back whenever that came out. I have like 100 and something hours in the one account because like I got addicted to that game. And other than that, I probably also play like fighting games for my second after I played Injustice and stuff. So that's about it. I don't play like too many video games that much anymore, but
Yeah, he's got time anymore.
Right. Well, Dragon Age Inquisition is a great RPG. They did dumb it down. I'll admit it's really dumbed down from Origins. It's more harder than 2, but it's still dumbed down from Origins. Origins took a lot of skill in my opinion. But other than that, RPGs have kind of like gotten worse over time now. Like Skyrim was pretty good, but I think Oblivion was better if it's more of Skyrim mechanics and stuff.
Yeah, I felt like Oblivion was more had more of like a creative side to it.
Yes.
And then but I did start playing the Elder Scrolls game in Skyrim, and I absolutely love that game.
Yeah, that was a great game. Mods on the PC.
Oh yeah.
I have Naruto mods up the wazoo on that. Oh god, I love it.
I remember when you showed me that. That was so cool.
Yeah,
wait, since did you like Inquisition? Did you like the way it won Game of the Year?
I did not actually. I do not think it deserved Game of the Year, to be honest. Or the game was. Well, compared to the other competitors, it probably should have won it because that should be a terrible year for games. But
everybody wanted Bayonetta to win. Surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard those games were terrible.
I think it's better than Bayonetta in my opinion. But it's not a terrible game, but it's missing some things I wish it had. Like you can't upgrade like your extra stats, like your constitution, your cunning and stuff. Like that. You can't upgrade that you could in Origin.
Yeah.
And the amount of skills you have from Origins and Inquisition is vastly different. When you use spells in Origins, it was fun because you felt powerful as a mage. And Inquisition, I feel like the giant pussy ever. Like I feel so weak. But It's cool. I mean, it's a good game. I have fun with it playing as a rogue and warrior, but it's not bad. Romance is much better than Origins and 2. So.
Are those games worth it though? I haven't played one yet.
Yes,
but...
they're definitely worth playing it. I would start with Origins, skip 2, and go to Inquisition.
Okay.
Yeah. What? Say it.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh, what is it?
Wild Arms 3? I don't... Not like
Wait, what game?
Wild... It looks...
Wow. Yeah, that's some dedication. Wow.
Dude, show, I have Skyrim. If I saw my Xbox, I could show you. I was at like 98 hours. I've done 3 missions. Yep, I roleplay so much in Skyrim after because I beat the game once, and then I just made like every single class and stuff like that, and I just roleplay. So
yeah, that's one of the amazing things about that game is you can literally do anything, and you can play basically any way you want.
Yeah,
I feel.
mm-hmm.
Like 100-floor dungeon you have to go through. There's 100 different places for puzzles you gotta do. Like, at least 10 hidden bosses. Like, it's actually a really great game for what it is. And it has even better replay value because if you beat some of the secret bosses in it, you get items that you can use after you beat the main story of the game to restart the game or get extra stuff for your file or whatever and stuff like that. And it was really good. That's why I had so many hours clocked into it, because I played over the game at least 5 times, at least, on the same file.
I'm just say on the New Game Plus, Persona's New Game Plus is the most dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Agreed.
Like if you start at level 90, you start back at level 9. It's like, oh, this is so hard now. Oh god, level 90. I want to have a hard through 90% of this game.
But you know, like all your teammates start at 1 again, because you know that's cool.
You could go by yourself and one-hit KO everything in the game.
Thank you. What do you think I'm doing? Armageddon. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I heard that's how. What was it? Lords of the Fallen, I believe the name of the game was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard like it didn't get much hype. It really flew underneath the radar. But from what I saw of the reviews and everything like that, everyone was just like, "Well, yeah, the game's great on your first playthrough, and then like the second the second you become like the highest level or something, you can like kind of like reset your stats, but not really. Like you can select another skill tree."
Yeah.
And so by the time you get through like your second playthrough, you're at like 2 skill trees, and then like you just end up like one-hitting like everything. I've heard.
Wow.
You make New Game Plus, you have to make sure you're downgraded, because if you start too powerful, the game just gets boring.
I don't feel like they should downgrade you, the player. I feel, or the character you made for the first playthrough. They should up what happens.
No, Batman does it right. Since there's no levels in Batman, if you have all your gadgets, the enemy knows exactly what gadget you have and can predict it, and they start extremely powerful. Even with your gadget, it's still hard. That's how you should do it. It's hard from the beginning, and it's hard throughout the whole entire game.
Now,
I love Batman.
I don't know if I agree with that though, because I mean, like you said, they can like predict like what gadget you're using.
It's not like that. Like they have goggles that can look like, so they can see you on the statues in the dark and stuff like that. And
what I predict on David's favorite show.
Stop. And they start off with the strongest gear. I think they start with the strongest gear or close to it. So the game starts out, you don't feel overpowered. You feel like you have more options, but they still are smart enough to know how to stop from doing what you want to do. Like one of the best bosses I think in a action adventure game was the Freeze boss. What the hell is his name?
Mr. Freeze.
Right.
Jeez.
If you let the vents and you sneak attack him and hit him from the vent, he would freeze the vents and learn that not to go through the vents, and he learned based on what you did. I think that's how like New Game Plus should be. They learn from what you do. But
Okay. Now, what I kind of liked, with like I don't know how I feel about Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel, but on the first Borderlands game, have you guys played the Borderlands game? Just to
I played part 2 though. It's pretty good.
I have it for the PC, Borderlands 1.
Okay, well, you know how in Borderlands 1, once you beat the campaign the first time, you unlock playthrough 2, and you just keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool if I really like how the enemies get stronger as you get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, but I think that what can be proved upon in that is that the maybe the enemies react differently or their missions change up, something like that. But I do enjoy how Borderlands was set up.
All right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like Persona, I don't know if I've never played New Game Plus Persona, but if you do that, I've watched like Garrett play. I've beaten Persona 3 myself, but I've watched him play it too. The boss makes some dumb decisions. This might just because it's on normal. Like the boss has a chance to kill everybody, but if they won't do it, they'll do some dumbass attack for no reason. That's not me though. Like if I'm gonna play Persona, I want to feel like that. Like every minute of the game is life or death. That's why I play like Persona Q. I played on hard. I'm not playing next to it later. But
so would you say that like you like Dark Souls and stuff like that?
I like games that like it's hard for you to play, and you actually have to challenge yourself to win. The AI shouldn't like let you win, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So you like a game that is challenging.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Games to like not like hold your hand through it, but
Exactly.
like
That's
at
exactly.
least
Guide you through it. Mm-hmm. Right.
mad and say it's such a hard game is because they want to get through it. They want to go through fights and not have this tough time or come across this enemy where they're not supposed to be yet in actual like level of progression. And
Right.
I mean, you could go anywhere in Dark Souls, but unless you're like a pro player at the game or have good equipment, you really are kind of selected to like a few spots until you get better at it. Which I feel like is why it made it such a hard game. But once you learn what the people are going to do and everything, it makes it really easy.
Right.
So I don't know. It's hard when you start playing it, but once you figure out like, oh, I should learn what a person does beforehand and like relax before I go and take on an enemy or a boss, then it's kind of fine. And it's
I did notice that when I was playing it. Like, I think when I got it for like free on Xbox or something like that.
Yeah, they had a thing for that.
For really cheap. And when I first started playing it, like I played it for like a week and I just kept dying and I was like, I'll just come back. Well, I came back and I forgot everything, so I started actually playing it for real. And then I noticed that I got a lot farther and I stayed on like the progression path, and it was a lot easier that way. But I think I agree with what you were saying though, that a lot of people just expect these like 5-hour campaign games and then a game comes along that isn't a 5-hour campaign, and everyone's just like, "What?"
I want to get through this game, and then not even counting the people that like beat the game already and like wait to invade your stuff and purposely kill you. That's even better.
All right, moving on from Dark Souls.
Oh.
We have online modes that feel tacked on. So I'm talking about games kind of like
any Call of Duty.
No, that's legit the only reason to play the game.
Exactly.
Anyways, I'm talking about games like The Last of Us, maybe games like Batman Arkham Origins had it, and things like that.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have it, but they have it for some dumbass reason. I don't know if you guys ever played any games like that.
Wait, were you saying, just to clarify, you said games that have a multiplayer that should not, or games that should not have that do not have multiplayer that should?
They have multiplayer that shouldn't. Like, it just feels like they just did it for like.
Oh, okay, yep.
To try and join like the multiplayer hype.
Like,
Right.
I think Tomb Raider was one of the games that people hated the multiplayer for.
That's true.
I mean, I think the fad's slowly dying down, but I don't know. I just games don't need multiplayer to be good.
Right. There's some games that are better as solo games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like The Last of Us, great story. Nobody went like the way they talked about online. I couldn't like no one here was there when they had the first news announcement, but they had it and they described it like this open world survival like exploration, and then you played it and it's lame as fuck.
Close,
It's
direct paths.
Or it's team deathmatch.
Yeah, that's normally what they do. They just like, oh, here's team deathmatch.
Assassin's Creed. People say Assassin's Creed is bad, but I actually did enjoy it. The Assassin's
so did
Black Flag multiplayer, but I have not played any other multiplayer except for Black Flag's multiplayer. But in Uncharted, I don't think that game should ever have multiplayer. It's not. It should be a single player experience.
I think I got a game that'll top you guys on this one.
What?
BioShock.
They had multiplayer?
BioShock had multiplayer.
BioShock.
No, Fear. You guys ever heard of
Fear?
Oh,
Fear.
that shouldn't have had multiplayer. No.
What do you fucking play that game?
You don't put a first-person horror shooter game with multiplayer. I'm sorry.
That's different. No, wait, that's different. I think if you're talking about the play for PC, that was completely
It
different.
was on PC.
Yeah, that was completely different. That was like they took the name and they changed the game. It wasn't actually Fear.
Oh yeah, there was the Fear series, and there was like Fear Online.
That was not really Fear.
No. I'm talking about like on Fear 2, like on console.
Oh,
They had
right.
multiplayer
Forgot about that.
And it was like,
I don't
why? It's a horror shooter, not multiplayer. Stop.
They're just trying to get some extra cash.
Fear 3 with its multiplayer. I mean,
It's about that money.
It was co-op, but
Was
you didn't need that.
what are we talking about?
Never. We're talking about your topic here, leader.
I didn't know what game you're talking about.
Fear?
Oh, he said something 3. Well, anyways, Far Cry 3. I don't know if anybody played the multiplayer for that, but like I got it, like the month after it came out and played multiplayer. It was dead. Nobody wanted to play it.
Yeah, I got I also got Far Cry 3 like late, and I think I played multiplayer once because I had another friend that had it.
Right.
And it was the worst thing ever. It was like a mini mission.
Yeah.
Like it was like the multiplayer was like a mission, and then it was like protect like a boat, and then like you would fight your way to this boat, and then all of a sudden like waves of enemies would come in.
Well, not that much, but they had actually like team versus team multiplayer.
Oh, did they actually have that?
Yes.
See, I played it once. I don't know.
But one game I think that had like really bad multiplayer was Batman Arkham Origins. Like I got that I think day one, and it died within like the first 2 days. Like everybody stopped playing it. Like I've never seen.
Wait, which game did you say?
Batman Arkham Origins.
Oh yeah.
That game died so fast.
Yeah, those are really just single player games.
Batman's single player always.
What do you think of the new Batman game? Are y'all gonna get it?
Oh, I am. Oh yeah.
Arkham Knight, yeah.
It's only for next gen only.
Yeah, you don't have a PS4. You can't get it.
I might wait. I don't know.
Use your text. But anyways, moving on to our last topic of the night. This is something that we should all know. That we should have all to talk about. Animes you want to see made into a game.
Ooh. Tokyo Ghoul, that would be so cool.
Yes, Tokyo Ghoul Madness, man.
So we're gonna say one anime and how would you like the game to be. Whoever wants to start can go ahead. I'll go last on this one.
Oh wow, David's just looking to give myself some time.
I was gonna say Tokyo Ghoul, but it's gonna be on mobile, which is bullshit. But yeah.
If you guys,
it's on mobile. I seen the trailer
Really?
for it. Yeah.
If you guys,
Yeah,
want, I can go
in
first,
Japan
so I can
only
have
though.
one.
That's the worst part. It's in Japan only.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
thanks America.
Yeah, thanks a lot, America. And
Thanks Obama.
Garrett, your turn.
Well, there is a game for the Vita, so Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment. I have it. It's pretty cool, but I think I would prefer a virtual reality version of it.
Like an Oculus Rift version. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
That would be too real.
If they don't come out with that game until I'm like 50, I'm gonna be that 50-year-old with like the brand new Oculus Rift, like killing it in Sword Art.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't even care, dude.
I think it comes out either like next year or late this year, sometime around there.
Sounds amazing.
So,
all right.
Did we pick an anime yet? That it has
I have one. I can go. I don't know if you guys like this. Anime has been kind of like showcased on Hulu a lot. I'm sure if you guys watch anime on Hulu, you see it. Have you guys watched K?
No one's watched that.
No.
Okay. What about you, Kaneki? Have you seen it?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, I'll give you guys the general like idea of what it is. So basically, I'm not going to give away any story. I'm just going to kind of describe the world. But basically, in the world, there's like a couple different people called kings, and these kings have special like powers. Like the Red King basically controls like fire. So which he's my favorite, so I'll talk about him. But so like the Red King, like he has he's more like a street gang. So they have like the gang members also inherit like some of his power. Like obviously the king is the strongest, but each of the members of his like clan receive like power to use like fire and stuff, and they like fight against other kings. So I think it'd be pretty cool to be able to like make your own like clan and like be you yourself be a king and like kind of like do like clan wars and that type of thing.
All right. Interesting. What about you, Kaneki? Oh, did he?
Yes.
Oh,
I said Tokyo Ghoul, but it's on mobile in Japan only.
Well, what would you think about PS4? What would you want it to be like?
Well, it'd be like on the PS4.
Yeah.
Fucking like Grand Theft Auto, but except you're a fucking ghoul.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Nuts.
All right, Garrett, did you go? You did?
Yeah. Yep. It's your turn, David.
Oh, I guess I'll go.
You should pay attention.
I was letting my dog out.
Your rabbit is mine.
I would go with, shut up, Dan Gorna Napan. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll describe it. It's pretty much these 15 kids get locked into a school, and the only way to graduate or to leave is to kill somebody and not get away with it. So what happens?
And not get away with it?
Sorry, to get away with it.
I was gonna say that'd be really easy.
But what happens is, okay, I'm not gonna say who died or something, but say like the very beginning of the show, somebody dies, and they have to investigate the murder. Then they have a classroom trial where they all like point out evidence and deduct it and stuff like that. And if you choose the right killer, he dies. Everybody. But if you guys get it wrong, everybody dies but the killer, and he gets to leave. So I think that would be a really cool online game to play. It'd be super suspenseful and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think. Sorry to cut you off.
Like you all would play like a session. Like each day would last like a few hours, and like you play a day, and like either you guys would like stop and come back the next day and keep going, kind of like an MMO, until like one person wins. I think it would have so much suspense. It'd be so much fun to do that. But yeah.
I think there may be a problem though, like if it was like online multiplayer, like you might have like a lot of connection problems. Like you might be in the middle of a trial and somebody like lags out.
Obviously, you probably would have that fixed by the time, around this time, most people have that problem fixed. So
yeah,
and it's only 15 people, so I think PS3 or PS4 can handle it. So
yeah,
I mean, if you guys ever have seen it, it's actually really good. I'd recommend it to anybody. It's really good.
Maybe you should like write the name down somewhere because we have no idea how you pronounce it or whatever.
It's in our Skype chat, but I'll put it in the link below.
Okay.
Somewhere. I'll put it somewhere so people know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure someone that's watching knows exactly what I'm talking about, and they might link it type it in the comments. But I think another one would be Assassination Classroom. I think that would be hilariously fun to play. Like you're just a student trying to kill the teacher.
Cool sensei.
What was that one about again? Because I know you keep bringing it up, but I keep forgetting.
It's like is he alien? No, he's from Earth, right?
I don't know.
No, we don't know much, but he's like an octopus looking thing. He's yellow. And he just went up and destroyed, like, 70% of the moon. It's just like in a crescent, not crescent, but the crescent shape or whatever. And he said, I'm going to teach this class at the school, and when they graduate from junior high, I'm going to kill everybody and blow up the earth. So,
that's what he said?
Yes, that is the thing. Once they graduate, he's blowing up the earth.
This is from Assassination Classroom?
Yes. And so the government said, okay, on one condition, you cannot harm the students. He said, all right, that's fine.
What?
No, just keep listening. And then the government gave them weapons that could only harm him. And the whole entire anime is them trying to kill him and doing like weird attempts. But the funny thing is, he's like the greatest teacher ever. Like, he loves all the students. He writes tests. Every single student's test is individually based on how well they're doing in class and stuff like that. He loves everybody in that class.
Interesting.
It's really funny and a really good anime.
Now, is this as funny as Silver Spoon, as you were saying? Because that was boring.
The anime was amazing. Don't hate on Silver Spoon.
Dude, that was really an anime about like agricultural farmers.
It got like 10 stars. And it won anime of the year like a bunch of different places. So chill.
We're in like hell for like most boring.
Well, his anime is it's a jewel fest. So
shut up. I guess I will be right back. Y'all keep talking about how amazing Silver Spoon is. So.
Wrecked. Oh yeah, I'm already waiting on it. But we are the kind of podcast where we will respond. So just remember that. Like and subscribe.
Comment.
All right. Let's see. Do we have any other topics, or was that it?
Well, if you want me to talk about why Mysterio's girlfriend X I'm interested in because of David. Let's just say I'm gonna get more experience with that girl more than he does.
Anyway, since Kaneka's a creeper,
I ain't no creeper, fool. First of all, you're not gonna get that girl if she was real life.
She's my wife, since
oh no. As this podcast descends into the deepest pit of hell, we'll talk to you guys next time.
All right. Anyway, since nobody has anything else to talk about, comment below, like it if you enjoyed the video, share it, whatever, subscribe. We will see you the next time we have it, probably Saturday, probably uploaded that night. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.
Jana.
All right. You stop recording. And Garrett's